Good evening, everyone. Uh, Today's webinar topic is on bid to win for automotive suppliers. That is taking care of OEM's requirements to delivery. Agenda includes introduction to bid to win industry solution experience, followed by a customer case study based on the layered process audit, then the demonstration on bid to win, and also the summary, followed by customer references globally, and the final question and answer session. Just before introducing solution experience from Dassault Systems, I would like to give a brief picture on transportation and mobility segment, which consists of industry social constellation consisting of OEM at the center stage, and then on the left side we have tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 suppliers, and we have design offices. On the right side you find the end consumer along with the service and maintenance part, and also the social media and online services. So this is the overview of industry social constellation for transportation and mobility industry. And in this particular constellation, tier 1, 2 and 3 suppliers, they play a major role in terms of providing end consumer experience. So keeping this in as a the front end picture, I'll be focusing on automotive supplier segment and their requirements through this particular solution experience. So Dassault Systems has come up with a 3D experience platform describing coming up with the solution experiences which are very specific to different industry segments, be it aerospace and defense or transportation and mobility, industrial equipment or energy utilities and processes, etc. So different solution experiences are available now from Dassault Systems, and among them transportation mobility segment you find multiple solution experiences like bid to win, my car experience. Typically my car experience serves innovative car design concepts, and we have for reliable supply chain we have bid to win. Then for connected and safe cars there is a solution experience by name smart, safe and connected. And then for sustainable design and manufacturing there is lean, green and compliant solution experience. And to work at global level and both as well as at local level, flexible and globalized design and production, we have modular, local and secure solution experience. Similarly, for innovation and engineering, we have target zero defect. So these are different types of solution experiences which have been laid out by Dassault Systems to cater to transportation and mobility segment. So when I say transportation and mobility, again there are multiple areas within that. It could include cars and trucks, or it could include locomotives, that is trains, or it can even include army vehicles, so and so. So for this transportation mobility segment, these are the important industry solution experiences. In this, I'm going to discuss more on bid to win, which is basically focused on supply chain, that is automotive suppliers. It could be tier 1, tier 2 or tier 3 suppliers. Whoever is working towards OEM requirements, they have a very niche solution in terms of bid to win. So this bid to win focuses on the product introduction for suppliers, and it will provide accurate and fast RFP answers, and it also governs. It also has governance and design data management and engineering capabilities in terms of system engineering, and also the production capabilities. So this is an all-in-one solution for automotive supplier segment. I'll be taking you through a case study which will describe all these important factors. So as you could see, OEMs will be providing typically different projects to their suppliers, and suppliers should be on their toes to provide whatever the requirements given by OEM on time, and then they have also cost and time factors coming in. So if you see globally, the global trends and challenges, there are multiple things that automotive supplier needs to look into, because there is a lot of competition in both in local as well as global markets, and everyone is looking at business diversification, how to expand in overseas markets, how to expand their customer base and also their portfolios. Secondly, they also look at the best-in-class technology which will fit into OEM's requirements. Again, target zero defects. So when we say target zero defects, again, it is looking at the financial or business health of an organization. You may be remembering typical recalls in the automotive industry, like we had recent times Toyota recalls or Ford recalls. So each recall would be costing in terms of millions of dollars. So in order to cut down on these kind of problems, a target zero defect solution has been given. So we can ensure that everything goes on time in a perfect manner as an end solution to OEM. And also, we are also in terms of challenges, OEMs are trying to give as much responsibilities as possible to their suppliers, and they want to see more reliance from their suppliers. Again, they are also looking at lower cost and improving the profitability as well as quality. And they also look at governance and profit margin assessment, so and so. So these are some of the challenges automotive suppliers face. So you need to be cost effective, on time. At the same time, you need to have your own growth in the global markets and with better profit margins. So these are some of the important challenges that come to automotive supply segment. And again, OEMs are ready to provide as much work as possible, but again, how much a supplier can take and deliver in a best possible way. So that is where Dassault Systems has come up with industry solution experience called Bid to Win. So I will be taking a case study of one of the automotive suppliers who is into seating systems, and they deliver all works or design works or manufacturing relevant to seating systems. And this particular automotive supplier is in connection with multiple OEMs across the globe, and he takes up a lot of works. At a time, he delivers almost 10 projects coming from different OEMs. And this particular automotive supplier is going through an audit from their OEM. So this is the case study. I'm going to take it through from the angle of audit, how the OEMs audit their suppliers, and what are the expectations from the audit. That is what I'm going to highlight through a case study. So when OEM comes to automotive supplier, there goes a layered process audit in terms of multiple angles. That is, they look at the specifications review, project and quality review, and engineering capabilities of supplier, sourcing and standardization, and also what are their global capabilities, and they assess all these things, and also product enhancement reviews. So when the audit goes in 5 steps, how the supplier is going to respond to this audit requirement from their OEM. So when you look at this case study from the audit angle, definitely you will understand the importance of this industry solution experience called Bid to Win, wherein it is focused on the futuristic requirements as well as the cost effectiveness and timeliness with respect to OEM requirements. So Bid to Win is an end-to-end solution for automotive suppliers, starting with specifications review, which include, this specifications review focuses on RFP and RFP deliveries and how a supplier can respond to OEM in a quickest possible time and then get the project awarded and go forward with project and manufacturability. So in this case, the first point is looking at the specifications review and then followed by a project and quality review. Definitely when the project is awarded, you need to look at all the resources and the tasks which are aligned in the workflow as far as project is concerned, and also look at the standards of quality that is being followed in the system, and this also will come through the audit. And then comes engineering capabilities. Engineering capabilities review will be again done as a part of the audit, and looking at sourcing and standardization. So how you're going to standardize parts and source them from time to time, that is also one important factor. Then finally you look at global capabilities assessment in terms of scaling up operations or taking up many more projects, and using the online intelligence. Audit also looks at global capabilities. Then product enhancement review. So when we say product enhancement review, again OEM also looks at innovative thinking, innovative designs, and innovative ways of getting into market with their products. So they also expect a kind of consultancy from their suppliers from that angle. So when audit goes on, you look into all these 6 steps, and which will highlight how an automotive supplier can deliver better quality projects back to OEM. So I'll start with the specifications review. So in this specifications review, typically the auditor will be looking at how the RFP is managed within the system. So what you are looking at the screen is the 3D experience platform, wherein the RFP is managed in this 3D experience platform on Bitwin ISC solution. You could see the interface. On the bottom left, top left corner, you see 3D compass highlighting multiple roles of organization, which includes systems engineering as well, and also there is an access to CAD applications through 3D layer, and then there is database management, and you can search for the typical documents. So in this case, customer is audit is asking for how the RFQ, what has been sent by them, RFQ which has been sent by them is being managed. So this particular document specification is given in Word document, and this Word document is highlighted here in this way. So all the specifications given by OEM are captured within the system in their database through platform. So when we look at this, typically 3D experience platform can be the Bitwin ISC can be categorized into 3 building blocks. That is, the first one is to optimize and extend product development process, wherein the solution can improve the people and deliverables orchestration right on time, and also it supports enterprise and engineering data, and also to enforce standardization and drive the full reusage on make or buy buying processes. Secondly, the second building block is ensuring the business health. This can happen by revealing the real-time information to make proactive decisions, by consolidating all types of issues on one dashboard, by sharing a 360-degree project review overview accessible to more and more people. And then the third building block is transforming the engineering capabilities by introducing the new way of design to foster innovation. So we can categorize entire Bituin industry solution experience into these three building blocks, and I'll be explaining these three building blocks through this case study. So at the end of the day, the intention of this building Bituin solution experience is that a supplier needs to make OEM confident with their capabilities to trace the quality of their designs all along the project by monitoring multiple parameters like issues, risk factors, cost, all these things, and they need to ensure that they have adopted best practices for production capabilities. So this is the final objective of Bituin solution. At the end of the day, supplier should give complete 100% confidence to the OEM. So looking at this specifications review, the audit question could be like, so what are the last vehicle project you have received in terms of RFP? So the request for proposal is already captured. You have seen the document, how it has been stored in the database. Here, here comes a tool within the Bituin ISE. I'll be describing industry solution experience hereafter as ISE. So in this Bituin ISE, we have an integrated tool to capture the full structure of RFQ and categorize the information into chapters, requirements, and also the comments. So and all graphical illustrations are also captured here in this platform, and then information is now organized and shared with all the projects actors. So typically I'm going to run through this. The Word document which was sent by OEM is categorized here in this fashion, and also there is a 3D dashboard which will highlight the 3D parts on the right side of the screen. So you can see the specifications being associated with CAD data, and this can be visualized and searched with ease in this platform. So the visualization is also performed through this intuitive 3D dashboard, which enables anyone in the project to visualize the requirements. So typically now when the RFP is submitted, there comes the questions like who is going to be assigned with the requirement fulfillment and within the supplier organization, when did it start, and when it is going to be finished. So these requirements and we need to clearly define the roles here, and then what are the potential issues and what are the impacts on requirements, and what kind of issues that can be faced, how we are going to solve them. So these things needs to be highlighted within the platform. So all information and processes are managed, and all stakeholders, the equalities, risks, etc. So I'll be taking you into the next phase of the Bituin ISE, that is project and quality review. So typically when you open a typical project, in this case it is ISD car project, we'll be able to see the project status online. The 3D dashboard which is being shown in front of you will highlight all the aspects of the project in terms of the tasks, milestones, deliverables, and again in case of any delays of the project, even those delays are also highlighted online through this 3D dashboard. So obviously when the audit comes in, they will look at the latest project and where we are standing in the latest project. So this is where the audit goes into this. So typically from the audit angle, so we can look into all the project features here. So that can be divided into the indicators like tasks and their deliverables, planned budget versus actual budget, and there are identified issues and the current risks which are involved and how to mitigate the risk through this program management solution. And then we need to have the summary assessment of resources, finance, schedule, and risks. So all these things are included here as a part of this project. So what you are looking at is the stages of the project and which have been completed by different users. All the tasks are aligned here, and there is workflow involved in terms of approvals. which is being highlighted here. So here you can see who are all the stakeholders. You can see the names which are being highlighted, and the project manager or project leader, he will be assigning the task to specific users, and once the task is assigned to the user, they will get a notification mail. So this notification mail will come into the mailbox, highlighting that that particular task needs to be carried out by that particular user. And once that particular task is completed, again the notification mail comes to highlight that the task has been completed, and then it can go to the next level. So multiple tasks, a series of tasks, again completing one particular phase of the project, and also the milestones. So here you can see in terms of assessment and what are the issues which are coming in, what are the risks involved, and what are the routes. When we say routes, it's a workflow process involving a few project members. So for this particular project, there are two typical issues which are being highlighted. So when the issue came in, how the issue has been resolved, who are the players involved in issue resolution, and then what time it has been taken to complete this resolution. So all these things are highlighted as a part of this program management. So I'll take you through further on. Whatever you see is like a direct 3D dashboard which shows the online status in terms of percentages as well. You can see percentage of completion of each task, again the dependencies between the tasks, and at the same time the 3D viewer which will highlight the parts here. So the third one is like the quality standards which can be perceived through APQP, that is the quality planning, APQP standards. So we can also look into failure modes analysis, design failure modes, and we can analyze those design failure modes to perform root cause analysis on the issues, and we can determine the effects of this failure and their potential causes, and also the associated action that might fix it. So then we will also look into the FMEA report generation, and all these APQP standards are provided as templates within this. So we can use this template to go through all the processes relevant to APQP, and then we can summarize, we can generate reports, and we can submit to the OEM in terms of production, how many PPAP milestones, all these things we can submit back to OEM. So these reports can be generated anytime from this platform, and we can also store these reports within the database and retrieve them as and when required. So typically this is to ensure global and company standard development process, and also to access resource availability at any time to ensure on-time delivery, and then ensure quality along with the product development, and correlate product specifications to deliverables, and finally to ensure execution quality through dashboards and report generation. So all these things are part of this solution called Bit2Win. So I'll be taking in the next phase. I'll be taking you through the engineering capabilities of this solution, wherein the designers or engineers who are working on the CAD data, how they can perceive this information and start working on the RFQs effectively. So all the projects are stored in the same database. We will have the access to our typical projects which are involved. We can also refer back to old projects which are something similar to the new requirement. So in this case, S2940 is the old project which was submitted in the past, which is something closer to the new requirement. So the designer will be able to open this particular data and look for changes, because he needs to submit the engineering proposal from his end. So he needs to work on the 3D data first and create a new project data quickly, and then highlight all the specification changes in the proposal and send it back along with the cost implications. So in this case, the designer is trying to access the old data which was already there in the database, and he is able to quickly modify as per the new requirements, and then he can assess like what to buy, what to make. He can assess on all the components, and then he can suggest what materials also need to be used through this CAD application and interface. Here the question here is that time, how much time is taken to provide the engineering proposal from the design department back to OEM. So this is where the old database, the old projects which have been already carried out will come into picture. How quickly you can access those data and modify those data as per the new requirements, and then accordingly propose all the specification changes and the cost involved. So these things are all these decisions have to be taken in a quickest possible time, and this is where this platform will help all the people. Here now the stakeholders could be a project manager or a designer or a quality analyst, or it could be anybody, but they are all accessing the single source of truth. That is they are all accessing the data from the same database, same platform, and they are able to quickly work on it and send it back. So this is where the timeliness and cost effectiveness comes into picture. So he can quickly, the designer is opening the data, and he is able to quickly open this data in CATIA V5 interface, and he is able to visualize all the data in CATIA V5 here, and then he can suggest for the changes after looking into this data. So this is with respect to seating system. So what are the new changes that have come in, and those changes needs to be adopted. It could be something on the systems level, wherein he may have to introduce a new electric motor, or it may be the comfort assessment, the ergonomics or safety factors. So we need to look into all those details quickly, and then make an engineering proposal with the changes in the specification back to OEM. So this is where when the proposal is being prepared, he can also look into the old data quickly and then make all the changes and suggestions at ease. So in this case, the person is accessing the data of the old project, and he is quickly modifying that, and then he is able to get the new specifications on board, and which are all the new components that come into this seating system for the new project. He will be highlighting that, and then he will be quickly preparing the e-bomb for that, and then he will suggest which are the materials and whether it has to be bought from outside or it has to be made in-house. So those decisions can be taken up quickly by the design department. So in this case, the seating system, the 3D data is being accessed from the platform in this way. CATIA V5 being the user interface at the back end. Engineering capabilities to deliver the RFP back to OEM quickly on time. So this is something you can look at it as a part of the third phase of bid-to-win solution. Then comes sourcing and standardization. So typically the suppliers should be able to manage the standard parts effectively. So the main goal is to gain the efficiency and the cost reduction in the product development by harmonizing and capitalizing part usage, how much reusage can be done, how to standardize the parts, how to store them and quickly navigate through them and search them. So in this case, one part is the application which is working in the back end. So in this one, using this one part application, we will be able to quickly visualize all the standard parts through libraries, and then we can also filter those parts as per the specifications from our end. So in this case, with respect to the slider, the seat slider, there are 26 groups which have been identified and highlighted here. So in this again, looking at a specific supplier of their own organization, so they are able to segregate and filter the data effectively. So we can also look at the cost effectiveness of these standard parts. Again, we can also get information from different suppliers in terms of cost effectiveness. We can regroup them, and then we can finalize those components coming from a specific supplier. We can highlight. So these are the attributes which are highlighted for every given component. So we can choose based on the attributes of a given component and pick up those standard parts. And we can also do cost estimation or cost comparison with respect to your own suppliers. So here you are able to visualize all the 3D parts on the 3D dashboard effectively with all the specifications in place. So the cost estimation is also given. Suppose if you are going with a specific supplier, how much cost, how much money you can save in terms of procurement. So all those details are also provided here. So using one part application, you are able to categorize them, and then you will be able to reduce parts and then pick up the standard parts at a lesser cost with all the quality attributes in place. So this way, the same platform will also help you to work through the same interface. It's a single source of truth, wherein you are able to see the engineering data, you are able to see the RFPs, requirements, again categorized into chapters and associative elements, and then you are able to access your database for old projects. You are able to visualize all the standard parts and libraries. So everything is happening in the one single user interface, that is Bit2Win industry solution experience. So based on these information, available information, we will be able to take up right intelligent decisions to go forward and procure the components from the right supplier at a lower cost and with good quality. So this is one of the applications which is available as a part of Bit2Win industry solution experience. So I'll be taking you through the product enhancements review, which is available here. So when OEM is looking into, again from the audit angle, so we can first look at the global capabilities. We can assess those global capabilities using this platform. So in this case, again, the issue intelligence comes in picture. So we can check with the data coordinator, again in terms of number of issues. So if the issues have come, how much time it has taken to solve those issues. We can have all the historical data in terms of graph charts, graph and bar charts. The statistical information is highlighted in a graphical format. So using this information effectively, we'll be able to take right decisions moving forward with the new projects. So you could see all the OEMs for which this particular supplier has been working, and with respect to each and every project, what has been supplied, and then how many issues have come in, how they have been resolved and closed, with all the timelines, and also the effective utilization of all the parameters. So these are all highlighted in terms of statistical information, that is in terms of graph and bar charts. Again, every project with respect to timelines, the defects found, again the defects rectified, and change management, tracking the issues, all are part and parcel of the same industry solution experience. Typically, the business decision makers can look into this historical data effectively and take right decisions for the new projects based on this. So similarly, we'll be looking into the product enhancement review. So again, through the same platform. In this case, we can see the OEM content in terms of modules. So in case of change management, how we are going to effectively make those changes in a quickest possible time, and then how we are going to bring in these changes in a smallest possible time. That is what we are going to see in this particular example. So in this case, what is being highlighted is the seating system assembly. So typically, we may have to modify the architecture of this rail system for the seating system assembly, switching from one electric motor to two electric motors with 2 axes. And again, we need to replace this existing one with the new one. For that, how the modular approach can be effective, we can foresee here. So this is again CATIA 3D experience, which is being highlighted here, which will showcase the old assembly and then the replacement assembly, which is going to come in place in a modularized fashion. So typically, when you have in terms of all sub-assemblies in terms of modules, it is easy to replace the sub-assemblies with another sub-assembly in a quickest possible manner. So this is where we use the modular approach, and which is also equally effective. And it is not only replacing the existing sub-assembly, but also we can look at the manufacturability. We can bring in product diversity through this modularization, and we can also bring in innovation to our products this way, and we can also integrate new optimizations and also manufacturing processes in this way with the modular approach. So typically, this develops a virtual holistic system to deliver new services and functions. So the last part of this bit-to-win industry solution experience is the electronics deep dive, wherein we'll be able to adopt a system engineering approach. I'll be highlighting that. So this is after replacing the sub-assembly with the 2 new electric motors, which is being highlighted here. So I'll take you through the new part of this between industry solution experience, which is systems engineering, through a role called system designer, wherein we will be able to combine the the mechanical functions along with the electrical and electronic accessories in place. So we can run the system with all these multidiscipline environments and the dynamic behavior using this systems engineering approach. So in this case, there is a logical architecture in terms of circuit definition. And then once we have this logical circuit definition highlighted, we will be associating the 3D components of the assembly with respect to this logical circuit definition. And then we will be able to create the dynamic behavior with respect to electrical and electronic circuits in the mechanical system. So this we are not only looking at the structural elements here, like standard parts or foam, but we are also looking at complete systems in terms of positioning systems, comfort systems, actuators such as electrical motors or electric transistors for heating systems, and then control components like ECUs. So all these things we are combining in this systems engineering, wherein we will be able to predict the exact dynamic behavior through multidisciplinary approach. So again, systems engineering is something part of this between industry solution experience. So this can provide an edge in terms of innovation to OEM, wherein we can come up with new innovative designs with more and more electrical and electronic circuits involved. So in this case, the 3D assembly is associated with the logical circuit definition, and finally we can run the system together to showcase the actual dynamic behavior. So this is like moving from CATIA V5 to again CATIA 3D experience mechatronic system design, and we are trying to break the silos between disconnected disciplines. So one part is mechanical systems, another part is electrical and electronic systems. So we are trying to combine both the aspects here using this systems engineering approach. So this can definitely bring in value to the OEM, because we are able to provide the complete dynamic behavior of the system in this way. So we can also propose alternative designs and with more and more electronic accessories highlighting with respect to these mechanical systems, and definitely this can be imbibed by the OEM as an innovative design. So these are the different parts of bit-to-win industry solution experience. So starting from, in terms of receiving the request for proposal, preparing the quotation, and then sending it back, winning the project, and again looking at the projects in terms of tasks, milestones, and deliverables. Again, APQP standards which are part of this system, and then looking at engineering capabilities. Again, interactions with OEM in terms of the change management, and then finally using the innovative platform of systems engineering to provide alternative designs with innovative solutions. So everything is happening as a part of this bit-to-win industry solution experience. So this way we can combine all aspects of automotive supplier, providing all the cushion to OEM, and working with effectiveness on cost as well as timelines. So with this, I summarize the industry solution experience platform involving all these phases, that is specifications review, project and quality review, engineering capabilities review, again sourcing and standardization of parts, then global capabilities assessment, and also the innovative product enhancements that can come in through systems engineering. So all these 6 steps are part of Bit2Win industry solution experience. In terms of roles, it is available, and automotive suppliers can make use of this solution not only for CAD data management, but also their projects management, and also ensuring the quality standards at highest level, and providing transparency to OEM in terms of audit as well. So I summarize this in terms of 6 steps on this Bit2Win ISC. If you have any questions, you can always raise it now. So in terms of customer references, already there are many players who have adopted this solution full-fledged. So there is Endurance, 3Con, Brano Group, IVL, DPM Reflex. These are global players who have already started using this solution effectively, and it is also coming up very well in India as well. So if you have any questions, you can always ask me on this Bit2Win ISC. I'll be open to answer this.